I'm going to show you how to work with the curve panel in Camera Raw. Let's start off with this image here in Bridge. Open it up in Camera Raw, and well, let's start off by looking at the histogram. The histogram is a graphic display of the exposure, and it shows us that we have a good exposure here. A lot of information in the middle, nothing spilling off to the left, nothing spilling off to the right. So, but we can also see that there really isn't a very deep black or a white in this picture, and maybe we could try increasing the contrast. We could do that in the basics panel. Another way to do it is in the curves or curve panel. Basically, you have different options here. You have the parametric curve, which allows you to use these sliders in such a way which is very similar to what you have in Camera Raw in the basics panel, and that does a pretty good job. If you really understand what's happening, though, it's probably more useful to use the point curve. And the point curve means you can work with your highlights, your shadows, and your midtones separately, and you can get in between there too. So this by raising our highlights and lowering our shadows, we've created an S curve, and an S curve is what we need here. It's increased our contrast. If I want to decrease the contrast, I would do an inverted S curve. I'll show you that with a different image. Now this already looks pretty good, but we can work with this in subtle ways. Notice Dr. King's face here is changing a little bit, and as I bring that down, the darks get darker. As I bring it up, the darks or the midtones get lighter. If I move it up, it's more the lighter end of the midtone. If I move it down, it's more the lower end of the midtone. So I can get this just where I want it to be. That's looking pretty good right there. You can see it before and an after. Okay, spend some time with that and play with it. Let's take a look at this image. This is a towel in front of a window. It's really, you can see from the histogram that we're lacking in some shadow detail and highlight detail. Both are a little bit blown out. We can see that with our highlight clipping warning here as well, which is up here. I can click that off and you won't see the red. But I want to see the red because I know I'm not getting any detail there. Now, if I try bringing the highlight down here, guess what? I still have the red. So that means I probably need to come up here to my basics panel, bring down my whites a little bit. Still not enough. Now I'll bring my highlights down. Oh, okay. And I go back to my curves, curve, and you know, the histogram's going to look a little different every time I make a change. I can bring that down a little bit. I can bring my shadows up, and effectively what I've done is I've created a inverted S curve, and the opposite of what I did with the image of the poster of Dr. King. And I think that this is much better. Probably more I could do working on this image, but you can see here quickly, big improvement in just a few minutes. So that's how you work with the curve panel in Photoshop and Camera Raw. Notice I also have the option to just work with the red channel, the green channel, or the blue channel, which is similar to working in color balance in Photoshop. So even before I get to Photoshop, I can work with it. And here's the best place to work with it. So if I want to increase the red, bring that up. If I want to decrease it, it's going to make it automatically more cyan. If I want to increase the green, I can bring it up, or decrease the green makes it more magenta, and I can increase the blue, and that reduces the yellow. And so you can see how these are a continuum. Blue is the opposite of yellow in terms of light. Magenta is the opposite of green in terms of light, and red is the opposite of yellow, of rather cyan in terms of light. If I work with the point curve, I'm able to work with all of those simultaneously. Okay, so like for example, this particular image has a bit of red in the highlights. So if I just wanted to only affect the highlights, I could maybe bring just that down a little bit in the highlight area, which I don't think I want to do, but we can play with it. All right, and so that's it for today. That's the curve panel in Adobe Camera Raw. It's always good to do as much as you can in Camera Raw before you get to Photoshop, because everything in Camera Raw is non-destructive, and it doesn't increase your file size by doing the work here rather than in Photoshop. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll get right back to you.